Hey guys, my name is Rafa, and I'm here to share an idea with you all out there that may be helpful for some, especially these days that we're living, difficult days with the quarantine and all. Uh, Here's the thing, I get a little bit worried uh, before the idea that there may be some of you out there thinking that or thinking about what's going to happen in the next days, the next weeks, financial wise. I get worried because we humans are all brothers and sisters, and it worries me that the idea of somebody thinking what's gonna happen. What am I gonna do to feed my family, to cover the expenses? So that's the reason why I'm here to share what I like to call a humble contribution. But it may be helpful for some, and hopefully for more than some. I would be more than happy if some of you guys pick up some ideas out of this concept. And I don't want to be mysterious about this, so I'm just gonna tell you what this is about right now in a clear and direct way. Okay. Before that, just let me say something. For some reason, I'm a little bit nervous here. I don't know why. So let me say this. This is going to be an edited video, which means I'm not going to do some edition on it. I'm just going to shoot it and upload it to YouTube or share it. That means you're going to find some mistakes or some mispronunciations. I don't know, some weird accents sometimes, or you're going to see me checking on my notes. Just bear with me, okay? This is no certified training, nothing like that. It's just an informal, friendly advice that, like I said before, it may be helpful for some of you all. This said, I repeat, I don't want to be mysterious, so let me tell you what this is about. Pay attention. If you speak some English, even if you're not a master in English, even if you're not an expert, if you speak some good English, you may and you can teach that English to other people who knows less than you, and you make some money out of it. Okay? Yes, I know some of you are gonna be thinking on reasons why you can't do it. And precisely that's why I'm gonna start talking about some excuses. And I use the word excuses because I know that we humans, for some reason, love excuses. So here's the outline of what we're going to do. Let me check my notes real quick. Yeah, one important aspect before I give you an outline of what I'm going to talk about is this. One very important advantage of this is that you can do this without leaving home. And I repeat, for those of you who didn't catch the main idea, if you speak some English, you can teach English to some other people who know less than you and make some money during this quarantine. That's the main idea. And I repeat, the better part of this, or the best part of this, is you can do it without leaving home. Virtually talking, pretty much everybody has an internet connection and a computer or a cell phone, tablet. So you can do this through the internet. There are a lot of platforms, free platforms or softwares or applications, whatever you want to call it, that let you do this for free. So now I'm going to give you an outline of what I'm going to talk. Okay? Number one, I'm going to talk about 3 reasons that you may use as an excuse for not doing this. And then I'm going to give you 4 pieces of advice to implement this project and make some money during the quarantine. Ready? All right, let's go. Let me check my notes again. Yes, that's it. All right. First reason that you may use: I am not a teacher, or I don't have a title to teach English. Sorry. I'm gonna take advantage of this interruption and I'm gonna say something in Spanish. Voy a hacer una versión en español de este video también para ayuda de aquellos que puedan necesitarlo. Okay? Espérenla prontito. Thank you. Let's go back to English. Okay, there's been some interruption here, but I'm back. I was talking about the first reason that we may use as an excuse for not doing this, and I said some of us say, I'm not a teacher, I don't have a title, I don't have a document that certifies me as a teacher. Look, guys, we're living modern times. Things have changed a lot. Right now, professional performance is more defined by goal completion, by self-preparation, by enthusiasm and passion. It's true that it may be a little bit stressful to think about the idea of teaching, especially if you have no experience. But everybody started like that. You start one day and start gaining experience. That's it. I mean, there's no other way to do it. And let me check my notes. Yeah, just think about all the people who teach things on the internet, on platforms like YouTube and others. There are great teachers there, and you know that. And do you think they all have titles? They went through college to teach what they are teaching? No, not at all. They don't have titles, but they don't need them. But what they do have is a lot of passion, a lot of self-preparation, as I said before, and that's what you're gonna do. You get a solid preparation, you can teach. All right? And there's one powerful principle that you're gonna exploit too. If you feel that you're not yet a master for teaching English, just start, low. You don't have to teach people who want to get a high score on TOEFL IBT or IELTS, or you're not gonna teach business English. Just start teaching kids, beginners, false beginners, people who has no or who have no prior experience with English. There's always a level, and there's always going to be people who know less English than you do. So that's when you're gonna start your business. Plus, I have come across some people who somehow made it through college, and they are more like to be taught than to teach. Did I say that? Just thought about it. Anyways, the second reason that you may use for not doing this, not making some money during the quarantine, is this. There is not going to be market for me. There are a lot of competition. It is true, that is true. There are a lot of competition. There are a lot of institutes and institutions, schools, private teachers, coaches, a lot. But oh man, believe me, there are more people in this world who needs English instruction. I can tell you that. Do you know why? Because I do that every day. Well, almost every day. There are a lot of people, for example, parents who don't want their kids to enroll 2 or 3 years in an institution who charges expensive or high tuitions or have high prices, but they would like somebody to offer them a more inexpensive service. um, okay, let me be short on this. There is market, I can tell you that, but the thing is they are not going to come to you. You need to go out and find them. Okay, that's the thing. How am I gonna do that? You're gonna say, I cannot even, go outside. Yes, you cannot, but you do have a cell phone with hundreds of contacts, and you do have a Facebook. You do have a Facebook account with, hundreds too. More, some people have even thousands of contacts. I don't even know if that's feasible or doable. But anyways, you have a lot of contacts on your social networks, and those are the ones who you're gonna try to reach as clients. That's your potential market. Other than that, you have, hey, and don't forget this, you do have those contacts on your social networks and the contacts of your contacts and so on. So that's the thing, because if you're so negative, you may say, I know all my contacts, they're not going to accept my services, or they already speak English, I don't know. But number one, don't be so negative. And number two, the context of your contacts, and the context of your contacts of your contacts, that's the thing. Build a network. You know what I'm saying here. You get my point. So don't think that there is no market. There is market. You have other than your contacts, you have friends, you have acquaintances, you have neighbors, neighbors' friends, blah blah blah. So even relatives. So that's not an excuse. There you go. Second excuse not off your mind. And the third excuse, oh man, I don't have time. Some people say I have no time for this. I have a lot of kids and I have 2 jobs and I blah 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 blah. If it's true and you're being honest about that and you don't have time, well, you don't have the time. We cannot fight against the reality. But most of the cases we say they don't have time, and what we're actually saying is I don't organize my time. I don't prioritize as I should. And this is hard to say, but what happens sometimes is people spend, or should I say waste, too much time and life on social networks, on the negative part of the social networks. Because if you spend your time commercializing your products and your services and trying to get some benefit for you and your family, doing publicity or marketing, you're working on the social networks, that's great, that's excellent, do that. What you shouldn't do though is spend too much time, like I said before, on the negative part of the social net, sharing things that other million people shared before. That's stupid. I'm sorry about saying it, but don't do it. Just think about yourself. Think about a better version of yourself, and stop saying that you don't have time, because we do have time for the things we want, right? Just think about that a little bit, and you're gonna find out that I'm right when I say if you want the time, you're gonna make it. Okay, you're gonna set it apart for the things you like, and in this case, some of you guys are gonna need to do this. Okay, let me find the other one. Well, this is the third reason that we may use. I'm sorry about checking on my notes here, guys. Okay, that's it. I want to keep this short, so let's go directly to the first piece of advice that I want to give you on regards of implementing these concepts in your life, or whatever you want to call it, in these times, or in your person, whatever. The first piece of advice is always prepare. Okay, That's very important. Preparation has no substitute. If you, when you start implementing this and making your work plan and you get some clients, if, for example, let's say that they ask you to interpret in an event or something, to translate. Other people say translate, even though that's more proper for written things, but translate or interpret as you might understand it. If they hire you to interpret, make sure you ask for a written version of what you're gonna interpret, a script or a transcript, whatever you want to call it, a written version, and read it. Prepare yourself. Go on the internet, take your books, check for new words or not familiar words, new words for you, things that you may not know, and get ready, get prepared. Or for example, if a parent hires you or asks you to coach their kids for a certain test or exam or something like that, make sure you ask for a syllabus or for a guide, the subjects that no, I'm sorry, not the subjects that the parents know that may be asked for in that test. Ask for the book, check the subjects, the topics. The point being here is always get prepared before you need to go and teach. All right? Like I said, preparation has no substitute. And that's for these aspects. My second advice, I should say piece of advice, but I don't care about that, is be honest. And this is going to be pretty short. I'm not trying to teach a moral a lesson on morality here, but I don't know about your honesty, your life in regards of honesty. But if you want to do this, you need to be honest. Okay, don't offer something that you cannot deliver. If you offer something, you make sure you do everything, do all you have to do to deliver what you promised. Okay, if you're not honest, people is going to be able to tell, believe me, and they're not going to forgive you. What you want right now is to little by little build a reputation, and honesty is a fundamental thing to to be seen positively in society. So make sure you're honest. When if you want people to return to you as clients and reorder your service, honestly is of paramount importance. All right. The third piece of advice that I have here for you is, and this is gonna be a little bit discouraging maybe at first, but you need to hear me out. Don't charge too much. Don't put prices that are too high. Why am I saying this? You're gonna say, hey, you're saying that I should make some money, or I can make some money out of these ideas, and now you say I shouldn't charge it. No, you can charge, but make sure you don't go too high on your prices at first. Why is that? Because like we said before, there is a lot of competition. You're not in a position to compete with those institutes that have been around for a long time. And what I'm trying to say here is not that you are going to undervalue your work and your efforts and your knowledge. What I'm saying here, that this is going to be a process. You start low, start charging slow prices. But when if you do a great job, and people start talking to other people about your services, and you become a celebrity, then is when the better money starts coming. You can even make a career out of this as time progresses over time. And when that happens, if you choose that, when that happens, you're gonna be able to charge whatever you want. But that's gonna be later. You start humble, start charging low prices. Let me see. And finally, I promise I wanted to keep this short. Finally, and very important, make a script with the proposition, your proposals. When you contact people to tell them that you are offering English services, don't improvise. You want to show a how can I say this, professional image. Okay, you want to project a formal thing. Not only project, do it, but you get my point. A professional image, yes. So prepare, write a proposal. You know what? I just had an idea. I'm gonna write some kind of a proposal, and I'm going to put it on the. Am I speaking too fast and too Spanish accented? Anyways, I'm gonna write some kind of a proposal, just an example, a mock-up. Mock-up, is that a word? For a proposal that you may use as a guide. I'm gonna put it on the description of this video. You won't even have to click or something. Just read it and take it as an example. But in that written proposal that you're gonna do and start spreading with your contacts, you need to include at least, you number one, you need to make it interesting and appealing, attractive. You try to gain your possible markets confidence and interest. Try to pick up their interest, gain their confidence. And I'm sorry about checking my notes here instead of watching at the camera, but include a short greeting. All this is going to be short. You don't want to bore people to death, just short greeting, a short explanation of what your intentions are about your project. Mention the advantages that people is going to get with hiring your services, and make sure you have an offer and are going to deliver those advantages. Don't just talk. And make sure you mention that you're going to be charging low costs. Why is that? Because it's a very important aspect, and people is very sensitive about that. If you mention low cost, that's gonna make a click in there. You know what I'm talking about, right? I don't know. It's gonna depend on you. If you mention how much exactly you're pretending to charge, that's gonna depend on your, I don't know, your country, maybe your environment. I don't know. That's for you to judge and try to do the best. And start using your social networks. The social networks are gonna be your best friend on this. Okay, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp. I don't know. You know better than I do. Start using your social networks. And for all of you guys who are thinking about implementing these humble ideas that I'm giving, as I said before, this is informal advice, friendly advice, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be useless. Some of you may make some money out of this. Pick up some ideas. If you don't think you can implement it as a whole, well, I repeat, just pick up some ideas, modify them, create some ideas around it, improve them. I don't know, but do something. Don't just stay like this, okay? It may help some of you guys. These concepts that I'm sharing with you. And for right now, that's it. Thank you very much, guys, for listening, watching. If you like this video, you may want to consider subscribing to my channel. Even you may to consider clicking on the bell icon so you get notified when I upload new videos. I plan on uploading new videos on more ideas that I'm just cooking inside here. So you can also follow me, comment if you want, follow me on my other social networks. And for right now, I said it before, I really, really wish that everyone out there is okay. Thank you for watching. That's it for right now, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.